I completed my hours at Easter Seals Camp in the Dells, and I was at Respite Camp. For the population, I worked with individuals with various disabilities. Some were children, some were middle aged. There weren't too many older age. I'd say about 35 was the oldest, and no one younger than about 5. Um, and then yeah, it was people with various abilities, some cognitive, some behavioral, um, people with wheelchairs, so physical disabilities, all different types. The people in my group, I had 4 boys. One, 3 of them were nonverbal. One of them was verbal. One used a wheelchair, and then the rest were pretty independent for walking and personal care and stuff like that. Um, some of the activities that we did lots of crafts. I went the weekend close to Thanksgiving, so we did a lot of Thanksgiving crafts. We made turkeys out of like paper bags and said some things that we were thankful for. A really cool activity that we did was we made pillows and blankets for the alpacas at the farm near, and we used real alpaca fur to make them. So the people who run the farm brought us over, and then we made tie blankets and pillows, which was really fun and interesting to make. We were gonna go to the farm, but weather permitting, I think it was very rainy all weekend and cold, so we didn't go. Instead, we went to Tommy Bartlett, the science museum there, which was really interesting and fun. I had never been there before. We did scavenger hunts, played a lot of basketball sports, things in the gym. I know we used like parachute. We played a few games with that. Um, we did a lot of walking. Kind of when we had some downtime and free time, we would just go on walks through the woods or play on the swings. The last day we had the dance, so a lot of dancing and singing. That was really fun. I enjoyed that. Um, I think the best part for me of this experience was seeing the enjoyment and the happiness that the campers had while they were there. It was really awesome to know that I had made a difference um, in their lives. I think one of my favorite moments was when one of my campers was about to leave, and he was thanking me for being there and spending time with him, and he was like, I had the best weekend, I hope to see you again. And I think it was just really awesome that I was able to make a difference in his life. um, I think some of the challenges for me, one of the biggest ones, which we talk about in classes night in class a lot, is learning not to make assumptions. I think often people judge or make an assumption of someone based on their appearance, maybe through their disability. So learning to not do that and just to see everyone the same and for who they are, and to not be timid or nervous with certain individuals. I think a lot of the times, if you haven't worked with someone in a wheelchair, like for me, I hadn't had many experience with lifts and personal care with people who do use a wheelchair, so it was a little difficult and uncomfortable for me to try to. I was kind of just thrown in there, but I think once I just told myself, like, don't make these assumptions, just a normal human being. It was really easy, and it wasn't too difficult. Another challenge that I had was learning how to communicate effectively with those who were nonverbal, although that they couldn't express what they want and needed through words. Um, it was easy to pick up on the ways that they did let me know what they needed or what they wanted to do. So that was just a little bit of a challenge at first, but I think once you get to know each individual, you kind of learn their own set ways. Advice for future students is don't be scared or nervous going into it. I know it's a little scary dealing with people you had never met before. You don't know their triggers, you don't know this and that, but I think just going into it and just remember to have fun. It is a camp and it's meant to have fun. So, and it's fun for them, so it really should be fun for you. Um what did I learn? I think um, like being here. I also volunteered in the summer, so this was not my first time. I think this really just like strengthened my love for therapeutic rec and just made me realize like why I'm doing this, like to see the satisfaction um, that people get through the activities that we're doing. That would probably be the biggest thing. But yeah, overall, I really do enjoy volunteering, working at Easter Seals, and I plan to go back as much as I can and help out in the summer. I think it's really fun, and it's a really fun way to help others. So yeah, I really enjoyed this experience.